Hi, I'm finally doing my Tyrone Power. Oh, I wanted to do this so much. I next to Clark Gable, he's my favorite movie star, but I didn't have a doll, and then I wanted one, and Ron got me one, so I'm wearing my Tyrone Power T-shirt that my brother got me. This is it's the Trent Osborne doll, and which is Gene Marshall's boyfriend. I always thought he was based on Clark Gable, but he isn't. He's based on Tyrone Power, which makes sense because the Gene Marshall doll is based on Gene Tierney. Gene Tierney and Tyrone Power made 3 movies together. Clark Gable and she made one very good one though. So this is the Tyrone Power doll, and it comes with a silk turban and this incredible suit, lined suit, silk pants, shoes, socks. Quality is top. Okay, we'll just get rid of this stand. It's based on this character from The Rains Came. You really should check the movie out. It's with Myrna Loy. It's wonderful, and he's so exquisitely handsome, from 1939. There's a whole backstory on why they dressed this doll that way, so you can check that out. But anyway, here we go with Tyrone Power. This is the picture that I have in my living room of Tyrone Power. Please stay. I'm going to show some pictures at the end you just really should see. My friend Linda gave me that. Okay, Tyrone Power, really quickly if I can. I don't ever shut up about him, so we'll try. Born May 5th, 1914 in Cincinnati, Ohio. His grandfather and his parents were all actors. His grandfather, father, him, and his son are all named Tyrone Power. So he's Tyrone Power the third. Let's see, he made his stage debut in 1921. 1931, his father died in his arms. So they were very close. 1936, he did a lot of stage work, but in 1936 he did a screen test with Darryl Zanuck, and Darryl Zanuck was not impressed. Darryl Zanuck's wife said, "Oh yeah, you are." I mean, come on, look at him. He could just stand there and he'd be a movie star. Alice Faye spoke up for him too. They share a birthday, by the way. Why I know that, I don't know. Then he made some movies, but then he made Lloyd's of London, became an overnight success, and he signed a 7-year contract with 20th Century Fox. All the time he was making movies, he was also doing radio work and stage work. Very busy man, but acting was in his blood. Did I tell you all 3 of his children became actors? So, had a very active dating life because he was so gorgeous. Somebody wrote a book saying he was gay, but there's not much evidence to support that. His second wife kind of really laughed at it, but as far as I know, nobody close to him said he was gay, but he was pretty busy with women, so he dated Loretta Young, Sonia Henney, Janet Gaynor, Lana Turner. I've heard Linda Christian. Yeah, obviously married her. I've heard Judy Garland, but I don't know that to be a fact. So I'm not. Anyway, 1937, got his hands and feet in the Grauman's Chinese Theater. He married Annabella, his wife, in 1939, the same year the movie The Rains Came was made. Made the movie Zorro in 1940, The Mark of Zorro. He and Basil Rathbone were so good at swordplay. He had been trained in fencing since childhood. They were so good at it, they couldn't get specialists to do it better, so the 2 of them did their actual own swordplay. And in The Mark of Zorro, there's a scene where Tyrone swishes at this candle. The flame doesn't even go out, and Basil Rathbone laughs at him, but then he picks up the candle and he sliced it in 2 without making the flame go out. It was good, and this is an important fact to remember by the end of this story. Okay, let's see. He tried to join, during World War II, he tried to join the Navy, and they put him in the Naval Reserves Then 1941, he went to him and said, when am I being called for active duty? To which they said, well, gee, we don't have any record of you registering, which the studio was behind that, apparently. So he turned around and joined the Marines, and they sent him to the Pacific, and he was one of the first pilots who took supplies into Iwo Jima under fire. He flew supplies to Hiroshima, too. He also tagged dead bodies, and he had a rough job in the Marines, but he did it willingly. Let's see, he divorced Annabella. He married Linda Christian in 1949. He started touring with a play called John Brown's Body, which was a very long play. My mother saw it. She got to go backstage to meet him because she knew the daughter of the theater owner. But she said he was surrounded by reporters. The play had been so long, she said he grew a beard while he was on stage. She said he was so tired, she did not have the heart to ask him for a picture or an autograph. So she did meet Raymond Burr, though, on another time. But I'm sorry she doesn't have a picture and autograph, but I'm proud of her for putting his needs before hers. Yay, Mom. Okay, he divorced. He and Linda Christian had two daughters. And when they divorced, he married, Mississippi Gambler. He made a movie. You can check that out, too. I talked to his co-star, Julie Adams, and she just gushed about what a kind man he was. I've never heard anybody say anything bad about him. That's quite a legacy, don't you think? Okay. He married Debbie Menardos in 1958. He was making a movie, Solomon and Sheba. Again, he was so great with the swordplay that he had to do his, and then he had to turn around and do it again with his co-star because they couldn't get, he had to do it twice, and he just wore himself out. And he had a heart attack on the set, and he died. That was November 15th, 1958 in Spain. His son was born January of 1959. Please stay for a picture of Tyrone IV because he's a spitting image of his dad, and you'll be amazed. He's an actor as well, I mentioned that. I guess that's all I got to tell you. I mean, please Google him. Please watch his movies. Razor's Edge was, I think, the one he was the most proud of. Check him out. He's worth your time. And this doll is precious to me. Thank you, Ron. And I thank you for watching. Please comment, subscribe, give me a like, follow me on Instagram. And until next time, toodles.